Thank you.
Our next guest is Angela. She's 36 and a trainee nurse. Angela has had bad skin since she was a child and it's constantly affected her confidence. She came onto the course to do something about it.
I've decided to have this treatment because I want to feel younger. I want my skin to be invigorated, given a fresh lease of life in a more natural way. Now that I'm a mother of 2 young children, I don't have time to do all the preparation that I used to have to hide all the faults and flaws. People who've never had bad skin don't realise it's almost debilitating to people that do. This treatment will hopefully reinvigorate my skin as opposed to medicate my skin, and hopefully I can look as young on the outside as I feel on the inside.
Today was the first treatment for SkinBase. I've had a look at my skin under direct light. I hope this light I've got here picked it up. It's raised some of the pigments out because I've got slight discoloration and scarring. So we'll just track it as the weeks go on and see if we can lift out the pigments and get rid of some of this scarring. I think that's all for now. I'll keep you posted in a couple of days. My skin's much better, it feels really clear. I'm just looking forward to seeing how it will look after this coming Saturday's procedure.
The treatment programme's gone really well. I have stuck to it. I've done all the 8 rules that I was asked to follow, and I've seen the benefits. I've seen the benefits in my skin tenfold. It really has been a dramatic change. I went to a Halloween party and I was sat next to a friend that I've known for about 10, 12 years. And she looked across at me and she had complimented. She says, "Oh, your skin looks great, your makeup's fantastic." And I said to her, "I'm only wearing mascara and lipstick." I said, "I've got absolutely no foundation on." And she was absolutely gobsmacked. So much so, she licked her finger and leant across and dragged her finger down the length of my face to prove that there was no foundation on it. I felt great because just the sheer look of surprise on her face. And then she turned round and said again, "I can't believe you haven't got foundation on, your skin looks fantastic." And I thought, "Oh, thank you very much."
Everything seems to be improving, and noticeably so. I've had comments and remarks about how radiant my complexion is at the moment, and I'm very pleased because this is normally the worst time of the year for my skin, so for it to be in such good condition during the winter months makes me very pleased. I've had session number 7 and I'm really pleased with the success of all the SkinBase sessions that I've had. Last session next week, can't believe it's almost over. I'm going to have to work out a way to continue having the sessions because I'm so impressed with the feeling of my skin and the way it's improved.
Without a shadow of a doubt, it's been absolutely fantastic. And I'm quite upset that they've come to an end. My complexion feels much nicer to the touch, and I'd say this is the best that it's been since teenage years. And honestly, I know that because of the lack of makeup. I would always gauge how bad my complexion was by the amount of makeup that I would have to wear to compensate. And in all honesty, I've got one little concealer stick and it's lasted me now for months. I've literally not used this makeup since I started on the treatment, and it just feels great. You have something like this and you incorporate it into your lifestyle. It's a small outlay for a big return.
So welcome, Angela. First of all, let's talk about you. You're saying how you've suffered from bad skin since you were quite young. In sort of what way have you had problems with your skin?
When I was a young teenager, just normal breakout, but I was one of those teenagers that wouldn't leave their skin alone, so I exacerbated the problem by picking, and then you'd remove the scabs, and then you would overwash, remove all the oils, put on lots of thick makeup, and it just seemed to roller coaster, you know, steamroller, because one bad thing leads to another, and then before you know it, the bad habits have become a way of life. So once I'd heard about the microdermabrasion, I wanted to find something more natural, because now that I'm nearer 40 than 30, I thought it's time to try and look after the skin. Plus, it doesn't set a very good example to my children if I'm not, if I'm not practicing what I preach.
So you went along and had your first treatment. How did your skin feel after the first treatment?
It felt lovely. You just felt as though there was a youthfulness again that you didn't realise. Well, you don't realise that you lose it, but when that plumpness comes back and you look and you think, oh, I do look a bit younger, and my skin felt really clean and clear, and to the touch, especially when you've had really bad skin, there's a lot that you feel that you can't see, and to not feel anything underneath the skin was lovely. So it's a really nice feeling.
And that was just after one
one session. Yeah.
So as the treatments went along, you know, did you really feel the benefits?
It felt better and better, but all different benefits then. The lines didn't feel as defined, everything felt more full, plump, my skin felt younger, and I had heavy pigments and even lifted all the pigmentation out. So I was really, really impressed.
Fantastic. And you said in your film there that you'd stopped wearing foundation.
Yeah.
And you just had mascara and lipstick. Now that's amazing, isn't it?
I know, especially because the amount of money that I've spent on all these foundations, you know, the flawless, cover everything, you know, everything under the sun I've had a go at. So to actually go out now, after all those years of hiding behind this mask with nothing on but lipstick and mascara, and I thought, this is fantastic. Why couldn't I have had this 20 years ago?
Bless you, but it looks fantastic now. And tell me the story again about your friend licking your face, because your skin looks so good.
We went to a Halloween party, and she's known me from the toweling on days, and we stood chatting, and she was saying, oh, your skin looks lovely, and she was asking what sort of foundation I was wearing, and I was telling her, I said, I don't actually have any foundation on, and she says, I can't believe that. So she'd had a few wines, and she thought, I know, I'll just overstep the mark here, I'll lick my fingers and drag them down the length of your face. So, and it was quite nice not to have two big streaks then, because I said, see, we're fine.
Fantastic. So how do you feel on the whole, Angela, you've benefited from these treatments?
All round, I feel more confident, and I'd said before, especially in the profession that I'm training in now, you're in people's personal space all the time.
That's
and for
nursing,
years,
isn't it?
yeah, for years I didn't like anyone close, because I felt if anyone's close to you, they can see your flaws up close, and it's really embarrassing when you are embarrassed about your skin. But now it's not even a thought. You know, I'll be working with patients, and even though we're in each other's personal space, I'm concentrating on what's more important, which is the patient, and not worrying if they've noticed that massive zit that I feel's taking up the entirety of my face, which is much nicer. It changes your life so much.
Fantastic. And you look absolutely stunning. Just keep that trowel in the drawer.
I will.
Don't
it's
get
gone.
It out.
Sold.
Got rid of the trowel. Thank you so much, Angela.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is 28-year-old Amy. Amy is a nursery nurse and decided to accept the SkinBase challenge to help her tackle uneven pigmentation and blemishes that have been affecting her confidence.
Initially, I thought really just to come along and see what it's all about, and if I could get any improvement on my skin, that would be fantastic. Little blemishes and things that I tend to get, and just the pigment of my skin. It does affect your confidence. Obviously I meet people on a day-to-day basis with work and things, and you are always aware if you get a spot or anything that it's there. Okay, today was the first day of my treatment and it went really well. Didn't hurt at all, which I was really pleased about. Right, it's been 2 weeks now. I'm ready for my third treatment on Saturday. My skin's been great, absolutely no problems at all. I've had no breakouts with spots, which is really pleasing. I've got my third treatment on Saturday, so everything's going great, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye. I've got sensitive skin, I've had it all my life. So I was a bit concerned that it was going to have a detrimental effect on my skin, because I'm so careful about the products I use. But after the first treatment, I realised everything was going to be fine. Really happy with the results so far, nothing negative at all to comment on. My skin complexion's getting improved every time, so I'm really, really happy. The week's been going really well. I'm off out with the girls again tonight, so we'll see what happens, if anyone notices anything, and I can report back to you soon. What did you just say, Zara, about my beautiful face?
Your face does look different.
In what way?
It looks fresh. Yeah.
Oh, what was that?
It looks fresh.
It looks fresh.
It looks very nice.
Oh.
It looks soft. No,
Soft.
I mean, even
Soft.
these bits look tighty, like.
Where I had my wrinkles before. How old am I, Susie?
You look 21.
Oh, look, 21. I'm 28. This last week, I've noticed quite an improvement, particularly around my chin. It even feels quite smooth to touch. So yeah, I've got a nice glow, I think. Now at the end, I can definitely say that there has been an improvement. My dad particularly commented that it looked like I had quite a glow about my skin, which was really, really nice, because my dad wouldn't necessarily say that, so it was quite a genuine thing, I think. Coming to the end of it now, I'm really happy that I took part.
So Amy, you're talking there about having sensitive skin. Tell me a bit about the issues you had with your skin before you had the skin-based treatment.
I've always suffered with sensitive skin, so I've always sort of stayed away from things with perfumes in or quite thick, heavy creams or anything like that, because my skin doesn't tend to come out with spots and things. So taking this opportunity, it was quite good to see how a different experience would affect my skin.
So how did you find the first treatment?
It was really good, actually. I really enjoyed it. I was a bit apprehensive at first, thinking, oh, because you don't know what's going to happen. But when the treatment was taking place, it wasn't painful at all. It felt nice. The moisturising that they did after and everything. It was a really nice experience. And I walked out thinking, this is great. I can do this for a few weeks.
Is it quite a relaxing experience?
It really is. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I aren't somebody that particularly goes in for a lot of pampering or anything like that. So it was a quite nice little time out, me time, sort of lay back and just let them work the magic. It was great.
Being a little bit spoiled.
A little bit, yeah.
Excellent. So how did you find it as the course went on? I mean, talk about the improvement. How did your skin feel to you?
Definitely, perhaps the first couple of weeks, I could tell to touch your skin was so much smoother. Healthy. I think straight after the treatments it sort of had a glow about it, which was lovely. So to Saturday night you thought, oh, this is great, you know, let's go out.
Everyone look at my skin.
Yeah. It sort of, you know, rejuvenated my skin, and really it's got a healthy glow to it now, which is brilliant.
And you mentioned how even your dad noticed a difference.
I was
Dads
amazed.
don't notice
I
things
was
like that.
Amazed. I sort of went round to go and see them. And my mum's always been asking, you know, how you're getting on. But for my dad to say, I was like really, really surprised. It was lovely. And he just said, you know, oh, you look nice and healthy and it looks like you're glowing. And I thought, oh, thanks. Yes, that's really nice to say that.
Do you feel like you look younger, more youthful? Is it plumper? Are you wearing less makeup?
I think I am wearing less makeup, definitely, particularly to go to work and things. I mean, I like to put my makeup on when I go out, so, but it's more that I'm doing it just for me rather than I have to do it now. So that's really nice.
A nice boost.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much, Amy.
That's okay.
Sharing your story. Brilliant.